Larry Kudlow says Doge is going to take out the regulatory state. I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. Our government is regulating us into oblivion. Y'all know I say it time and time again. People have no idea how many regulations is really destroying our way of life, is making things way more expensive. I mean, especially in states like California, where I know that's a state issue. But like California, even I think I might have played the clip. I'm not sure if I did or not. I might have played the clip of when Bill Maher was talking to Jane Fonda, and she act like she didn't know. I mean, she has to know how bad the regulatory stuff is. He said he was trying to build something. I can't remember what he said he was trying to build, and it took him forever to get approval and had to send people out. It was something small. It was like I don't know, like it was something small, like a shed or something. I can't remember what it was, but the freaking state of California would like made him jump through loopholes just to build something small, and that's par for the course for the federal government as well. The federal government has even more regulatory tape that you have to go through to do simple things, and look at a lot of the regulations that like the stove mandate that they were trying to push at one time, where they didn't want to have gas powered stoves and all these other weird regulatory things that they're pushing. I hope Doge come in and get rid of those regulations. So we're gonna talk. We're gonna play the clip. We're gonna talk about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Let's play this clip. Here we go.
All right, folks, DOGE is going to take out the regulatory state, and that's the subject of the riff. So the hottest ticket in Washington these days is an outfit called DOGE, and if you haven't followed the story, that's the Department of Government Efficiency, run by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. And it's a non-governmental department, which is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and a Dem, I can't remember what Democrat it was, came out today and said that it's unconstitutional or something like that. What are you talking about? It's not even a government entity. So what are you talking about? They just don't. I don't understand. Why wouldn't you want someone to come in and clean up government and get rid of government waste? Why wouldn't you want that? Because they want to be able to spin and regulate you into oblivion.
The two superstars running all day today on the Hill, briefing members of both parties, and President Trump is totally behind their effort. Most everybody seems to be in favor of the work of DOGE, even though a lot of people don't really understand what DOGE is trying to do. For example, many elected officials are saying how wonderful it is that we have a commission that will get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse, reduce government costs, and cut the budget deficit. All right, that's true to some extent. But I think the real purpose of DOGE is a vast undertaking to stop the unelected regulatory state that has.
Yeah, the bureaucratic state, and they got so many regulations by bypassing Congress and coming up with these so-called rules and regulations that no one voted for. That's what's really unconstitutional. The bureaucratic state.
Has been misgoverning America for far too long. As Steve Forbes put it, and Steve said this, I don't know, 3 years ago, socialist type central planning in the modern age operates through the hundreds of thousands of unelected bureaucrats
Hmm.
who exercise their vast power over the economy through over 220 regulatory agencies. That's
Crazy.
right, we looked it up, 220, the regulatory state. Now, in my frequent conversations with Vivek Ramaswamy, it seems like chopping down the regulatory state and reducing the overextended government power of the executive branch is a principal DOGE goal. Now, I've served two presidents down through the years, but I had no idea there are over 220 of these
Hmm.
agencies. And of course, American taxpayers don't need them all. And running a thumb down the multiple pages of lists of these agencies, it sure looks like many are duplicative or totally unnecessary.
Hmm.
Vivek has told me several times that he intends to use Supreme Court decisions, such as West Virginia versus EPA and the so-called Chevron deference decision,
I remember
both of
that.
which have criticized the regulators for doing things without any congressional mandate.
Hmm.
That, of course, is what central planners always do. They invent their authority to run the country. But there is no constitutional authority. There is
Nope.
no congressional authority.
Nope.
There's no taxpayer authority. They
Yep.
just do it to enhance their own power.
So the Dem says that the Democrat. I wish I could remember who said it, but the Democrat said that DOGE is, has no powers, unconstitutional. The regulatory state has no power and is unconstitutional. No one voted for them to come in and do these policies. So how can you say that DOGE can't come in and get rid of these regulations? You know what I'm saying? Like that is ridiculous.
And they've been getting away with it for a very long time, until now, until DOGE. Now, Vivek and Elon do intend to eliminate many of these agencies and to significantly reduce the headcount of the entire federal bureaucracy. One small item here is, government employees who don't bother to come to their offices to work. So federal buildings are empty. Well, why not lease them out to private sector companies? Make some
Hmm.
money in the process. Oh, yeah, what's that noise I hear? It's a combined knee knocking of millions of government workers correctly worried about their jobs. They should be.
Hmm.
Elon and Vivek also want to look at federal procurement policies and, yes, look for large scale budget reductions. They'll work through Russ Vogt's Office of Management and Budget and his Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs to implement the DOGE recommendations. The budget cutting number of $2 trillion, well, it's been floating around for a while. Maybe possible, might take 10 years, might take longer. But really, the work and value of DOGE is not tied up in the Washington, D.C. swamp cliche of ending waste, fraud, and abuse. The
Hmm.
higher mission here is to take apart the unelected regulatory state and chop down, wherever possible, the alphabet agencies that have been so badly mismanaging the American economy for so many years. And
Amen.
that is a worthy cause. And that's the riff.
Amen. I'm all for it. Let's get rid of these regulatory bureaucrats that's um unelected officials that's putting out these policies that are actually hurting the American citizen. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.